every now and then, when the rope break, reach beyond the break and just hold on. That's all I want you to do. God's hands never changes. And I want you to know that you hold on to God's unchanging hand. It is a Friday morning. The old ship is running in the morning time. And of course, you can go to YouTube this morning. The old ship, Tuskegee Virtual TV, old ship, is also streaming this awesome segment this morning in our studios. It's none other than my main man, Michael Briddell, and he's from the region, the River Region Obesity Task Force. And we get ready to go live this morning and talk with him. Glad to have him in our studios this morning. Let's go now to our microphone, and here is none other than Michael Briddell. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Brother Sylvester. Thank you for having me here on the old ship. I am glad to be here with you and all of your listeners, and also with Brother Wallace on the virtual TV stream.
Oh, man, listen, it's always good to have good people in our studios. And listen, you take a time out this morning to come before us and share some great information that would help especially our young people as well as old people, the whole family.
The whole family, and the main thing I want to get out there first is I'm going to whet everybody's appetite and tell people that if they just take a couple of minutes time, they got a chance to win some free college football tickets.
Wow.
Okay, you take this survey that we have on our website, River Region Obesity Task Force.org. You complete the survey, and then you have a chance to either go see University of Alabama play, or Auburn University, or go to the Turkey Day Classic, Alabama State University. I wanted so bad, Brother Sylvester, to give people a chance to win tickets to a Tuskegee game, but your last home game was so far early before our website was up. And as you mentioned, we're here talking about an important topic, and that's obesity.
That's right.
So that's a national epidemic, especially in certain demographic groups, and we think it's preventable if people can exercise more calories than they consume. We could make a lot of obesity problems go away. Back in 2010, a national survey came out that said that our area was tied for having the highest obesity rate in the country.
Right.
34.6% of us. That's more than 1 in 3, when the national average was 1 in 4.
Right.
And that's when the River Region Obesity Task Force was founded, and we are searching for different ways to intervene to get people to have healthier lifestyles.
Wow. Before we go further, let me make sure I do this. I want to make sure that my people know that they can watch this as well as hear this this morning. Old Ship TV, Tuskegee Virtual Network. You go to YouTube if you got the website. If you can go to the Wi-Fi, and you got some of that, the smartphone. You can go there, your laptop. Just pick it up this morning and go to Tuskegee Virtual Network on the YouTube, and you can see Mike sitting right in front of me, right here in this station. He's waving now. So go there, and you can hear him on the radio. All of this is going on right now. So I want you to know that you got us both ways, hearing and seeing this morning. All right, Mike.
Seeing is believing, and we want people to see a healthier version of themselves and take some steps to combat obesity. If they go to that River Region Obesity Task Force.org website, we've got all sorts of tips and information of how people can make the change to a healthier life. We've got some profiles of people who've decided that they would make a healthier life. We profiled a brave young man here in Macon County. He was refereeing a youth football game, and he just didn't feel right. He said he thought maybe he was getting dehydrated. And so he sat down for a couple of moments and tried to drink some water, still didn't feel right, drove himself to the hospital. They said, young man, you have had a mild heart attack.
Wow.
He ended up spending that weekend in the hospital, but he's come out, praise God, he's okay. But he's making a change toward a healthier lifestyle. And we show him going over to a farmer's market, and he says he might eat steak sometime in the future, but it'd be only in small moderations, and he'll sear it and use it over a salad. So we want people to know that you can modify your diet.
That's
You can eat more fruits, more vegetables, more healthy stuff, and that will lower your weight, lower your body mass index, and you won't be obese. That means you won't have as high of a risk for heart attack,
Yeah.
for hypertension, for stroke, for diabetes, for many forms of cancer,
Wow.
because that national survey said that we were worse than the national average in those health risk areas as well.
Wow, this is so important. This is so important because even myself, I'm trying to take back my life. I checked on my sugar level this morning. I did my counting this morning, and I saw that it was rising. And I said, okay, so all I need to do is get serious about my health.
Yes.
Get serious, and here you are this morning to certainly provide more information on how I can get that way, and it's so important to so many, so I hope that they are paying attention this morning.
Pay attention, because River Region Obesity Task Force.org will give you a step-by-step program on how to get healthier. And the Change Survey, that's what I was talking about to get those free tickets.
Yeah.
It's just 40 multiple choice questions.
Okay.
We're going to ask you about your community. We're going to ask you about schools in your community. We're going to ask you about where you work. And we're going to ask you about healthcare in your community. And you just say, yes, this is a problem.
Okay.
This is a problem that officials know about.
Right.
This is a problem that officials are working on. This was a problem. Officials have solved it. This was never a problem, or it doesn't even apply. You answer those 40 questions, then we give you a random code, and next week, this time, you would be eligible to go see the University of Alabama take on UT Chattanooga, or see Auburn take on Alabama A&M. That should be a good one.
That's a bit.
Or go see Alabama State University versus Miles College on Thanksgiving Day.
Wow, so there is a survey.
There's a survey,
Yeah.
40 questions.
40 questions.
And Brother Sylvester, what we did was back in 2011, the CDC, first of all, the Centers for Disease Control, they devised this survey.
Okay.
And when we did it in 2011, we went to every county in the river region. I assumed, naive me, that we would all say generally the same thing because we're all neighbors.
Right.
No. Each county identified different impediments, different obstacles to health care.
Okay.
But the thing is, it took 8 hours and people had to come in person to do the survey.
Okay.
So we got some great data.
Yeah.
We heard what the people said were issues impacting their health, but there just weren't a lot of people. There were fewer than 24 people here in Macon County that took the survey. We did it over at Tuskegee's municipal complex. I'm hoping that if people go to River Region Obesity Task Force.org with their laptops,
Right.
or their desktops,
Yeah.
or even their cell phones,
Right.
they'll be able to fill out that survey. Let us know what we need to do to make it easier for you to be healthy,
That's right.
and then we'll be closer to having a healthy generation
Wow.
for years and years to come.
What a serious subject, and of course, because I noticed that just a little change sometime in our diet
Yeah,
makes a big difference.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to go cold turkey.
Yeah.
They want to just start randomly changing the way they've been eating for decades.
That's right.
Or they want to go overboard with their exercise, and
That's not good.
there are some people that have the discipline to do that.
Uh-huh.
You're not looking at one right here
Right.
in me, but
Right.
if I can just slowly make
Slowly.
gradual changes, lifestyle changes,
Yes.
then that's the
That's a
key.
big difference.
Yeah, you need to say, I'm going to commit to waking up early and walking 30 minutes a day.
Wow.
Now, I don't mean go out and be an Olympic runner like the
That's
people from Kenya or
That's right.
Ethiopia. Just walk with the dog, or with your spouse, or with your buddy from work, or with your kids.
Yes.
And you do that every day, and you will feel a difference.
Wow.
I got a bracelet that we give out that says "Accountable for my health."
Okay.
That means I'm the one that's deciding whether I'm eating the pizzas every day,
Every day.
or am I going to eat a salad and get some fruits. I'm the one that decides whether I'm going to go home and be a couch potato and watch some football
Yeah.
or Real Wives or something or whatever, or am I going to take a walk
Right.
for 45 minutes or go jogging or mow the grass? I mean,
Right.
everything counts in terms of calories in versus calories out.
Right.
And the reason this is so important is that our children
Mhm.
are plagued with this obesity. If we don't do anything right now, 1 in 3 of them is going to have type 2 diabetes.
Right.
If we don't do anything about childhood obesity right now, cardiac concerns that normally impact people my age in our 50s, where their arteries are clogged, that's going to be something that pediatricians are treating for patients who are still in their teens.
Wow.
If we don't do anything right now, this current generation of Americans
Mhm.
is going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. That's the first time in our country's history where we're saying this generation of young people is not going to live as long as their parents. And there are other ramifications right now as well. I went to a convention last year this time in Jackson, Mississippi, and spoke to a guy from the Pentagon.
Mhm.
And the Pentagon is concerned about the readiness of the age group from which they draw their recruits right now.
Right.
71% of today's young people would not be eligible to be enlisted
Wow.
in the military.
Wow.
18%
Wow.
is due to they're not physically fit enough. And so that's the group that's growing. You can get disqualified for cognitive reasons, for moral reasons, for physical reasons. The cognitive and moral disqualifiers, they're staying standard, but they are seeing a growing number of people who can't get enlisted because they have too much body fat.
Wow.
If you're a man, you can't have more than 24%. If you're a woman, you can't have more than 30%. So we're talking about our nation's defense is at risk if we don't change the path that our young people are on. Go to riverregionobesitytaskforce.org. We're going to ask you about the schools in your area. Are the kids getting enough PE every day? Is there a school nurse at each school? Are there healthy vending options? Are there healthy lunches and breakfasts that are being prepared for the kids? We need to know this information because I can think that I know in my office and say, yes, let's dictate this policy this way and this policy that way. But no, we need to hear from the grassroots, from the people who are saying, here in my community, these are the obstacles that are in place that are making me less healthy than I need to be.
This is so interesting this morning too. I tell you, you got me on one truck.
All right, so then you're going to take the survey for me,
Yes,
Sylvester.
yes, sir.
And now listen,
Yes,
it's
sir.
anonymous too,
Right.
so you can go and tell the truth. You can
Yeah.
say my job allows people to smoke inside their offices,
Uh-huh.
and the boss won't find out it was you because we don't know who you are.
Right.
You're going to get a random code after you complete the survey,
Right.
and then on November 10th at 10 o'clock, go to our website, riverregionobesitytaskforce.org. We're going to list the people who win tickets. Then you call in and say, I want to go to the Alabama game, I'm going to go to the Auburn game, I'm going to go to the ASU game, and hopefully you'll be one of those winning
Wow.
members. Yes,
Wow.
indeed.
Give us that website again.
River Region Obesity Task Force.org, and then you want to take the change survey. Go to the little box that says change survey. You hit that. It's going to ask you, what language do you want? English
That's
or Espanol?
Yeah.
Because we got it administered in both languages
Yeah.
because we want to be as inclusive as possible.
Right.
And then you just tell us some basic information about yourself,
Right.
your zip code, because
Right.
that's how we're going to know what area you're talking about,
Right.
your demographic group, how often you go to the doctor, how often you eat fruits and vegetables, how often you exercise, how close is the nearest produce store, and after that, we will ask you the 40 questions that say, are there farmer markets in your
Right.
community? Does your community embrace community gardens?
Mm.
Does your community allow people to use WIC vouchers to pay for produce
Right.
at a farmer's market? Things like that. Real simple. I mean, for just 12 minutes, maybe 10 minutes
Yes.
of your time,
Right.
you can give the officials in your community a blueprint on how they can make the community healthier, and then you got a chance to see some excellent college football.
Yeah.
November 19th are the Auburn and Alabama games. And then, of course, the Turkey Day Classic is Thanksgiving Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Briddell is in our studios. What a fine topic this morning to certainly sit and listen to some of the great things that can make us live longer.
Yes, indeed. So we can hear more music from Old Ship for years and years and years and years to come, and just have our spirits uplifted to start the day. For sure.
This is incredible, my man. And of course, you just didn't start doing this talking about good health. We've been watching you back over the years, bringing people up to date about how to live longer and be more healthier. And of course, we are just happy today to have you here in Tuskegee on our station.
Well, no, I'm so grateful that you guys extended the hospitality and the offer to reach out to the people here in Macon County, because we want to have our good friends in Macon County taking steps to get healthier, and really everybody. But River Region Obesity Task Force.org will let us know how we can try to make it even easier and make people make that step towards just better health. Because we don't need people to have heart attacks and strokes and diabetes and losing their vision or going through amputations unnecessarily. If we could, all of us across the country, avoid some preventable habits, exercise more, eat more healthy, avoid tobacco, avoid alcohol in moderation, 46% of our healthcare costs will go away. Yeah, so people complain about Obamacare and people running for office next Tuesday saying they're going to scrap it or they're going to modify it. We would not have a healthcare cost crisis if we just do some preventable steps on our own. And River Region Obesity Task Force.org will help us get there. And I hope everybody listening on the Old Ship and watching on the Old Ship virtual channel will take that change survey.
If just a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Going into the afternoon, evening, you're retiring. What is a good smart hour to eat your last meal?
I really don't know that matters, and I'm not a dietitian, nutritionist. I think as long as you eat it with proper portion control and you have a colorful plate. I mean, it should be really colorful. I mean, the food on it should be colorful. You should have some greens, some yellows, some reds, and you're using forks instead of knives. Then you're okay. I know some people say, "Oh, I don't eat anything after 8 o'clock," and they might be right. But I think if you eat a healthy meal and you're exercising the right way, it might not matter whether it's 7 o'clock or 10 o'clock or so.
Sounds so good.
But again, I'm not an expert. Go talk to somebody. They will tell you the deal. But I think they'll agree that more fruits, more vegetables, less fatty products is the key.
Wow. You have been so helpful to us, Michael, on this Friday morning. And I just thank God for you this morning, because
blessing to be here and blessing for you and to have this great show with its outreach and Brother Wallace, thank you as well, and I thank y'all. I mean this for real.
Oh man, you can come back anytime you get ready.
That's a dangerous invitation. I'll come back every week.
Oh yeah. No, seriously, it's worth coming back, because the deal here is that this helps save lives.
Yes.
That's important.
Yeah.
Wow. This helps stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's important.
And Brother Sylvester, just to make it personal, we started doing this in the spring of 2010.
That's right.
And I had just lost my mother tragically a few months earlier than that.
Wow.
She had a lifetime of smoking, bad habits, and true, she did quit the last couple of years and stuff, but it caught up to her.
I got you.
And so if we can just have more people investing in their personal health, then there won't be more sons and daughters decimated because the mother that they thought they were going to have for the next 20 years had to get laid to rest and go to heaven. So
they're serious.
There's repercussions or consequences for our actions, and that's what that young man who was profiled from Macon County said. He realized that his habit of going to the gas station and getting unhealthy snacks had to stop. His typical diet had to change, and so he was blessed by God to have that wake up call time to modify his behavior so he can have a long, healthy life.
Great and powerful information here this morning. Go to River Region Obesity taskforce.org. Is that org?
O-R-G, yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
org. And you can certainly do the survey
Yes, indeed.
and be on your way.
All right.
All right?
Thank you so much, Mr.
Listen,
Sylvester.
thank you,
Mr.
man.
Patrick, thank you as well.
Thank you so much.
Have a good morning, everybody. Take that survey. Win some college football tickets.
All right, all right. Very pleasant good morning to you. And of course, you've been listening to this segment. Michael Briddell on the River Region Obesity Task Force. You can go there, .org, and take the survey. And you'll be glad you did. I'm telling you, no doubt about that. Thank you again, Mike, for being in our studios this morning. Very pleasant good morning to you. Check your time, about 26 music minutes now. After 7 o'clock, we're going to go into that Bible tribute shortly this morning.